Right, you found Squirt Hockey here on Hot Dish Hockey. Some of the best Squirt hockey you're going to find in the whole wide world. And we've got Woodbury Predators. I was talking to my source on the way here. There's argument they might be number one. He's got them at 4 coming in. We're confident there. But the argument is that maybe they're even better than Saskatchewan. We've got it in the top 5. We're going to get back to that right now before these guys take the ice. Let's make sure that we meet the Firehawks. Coming at you live from Doug Woog with no mic. Hot Dish Hockey. You're the Hawks.
Hi, my name is Ben. You can call me Big Ben. I'm number 2. Shout out to my family and my cat, Rocky.
Hi, my name is Sawyer. My nickname is Red Pads and my number is 29, and shout out to my dad for training me.
Grant Knutson, number 4. They call me G Money. Shout out to my grandma and grandpa.
Hi, my name is Easton. My nickname is E. My number is number 88, and a shout out to my mom.
My name is Tice. You can call me Tice. My number is 44, and I want to shout out to my godparents, Ken and Debbie, and their dog, Remy and Gunner.
My name is Jake. My nickname is Snake. My number is 23, and a shout out is my dog.
Joey McNellis. You can call me Joe Mama. Number 0. Shout out to my non-existent girlfriend, my grandparents, and Moose, my lizard.
My name is Brady. You can call me the Tracker, and my number is 21. My shout out is my mom and my dad. Hi, you can call me Cullen. My nickname is Cully. I'd like to shout out my mom, my dad, and my grandpa and papa.
My name's Avery. You can call me Blue. Number 30, and shout out to my 3 sisters.
Hi, my name is Holden. My nickname is Holdy. My number is 10, and shout out to my mom and dad watching.
My name's Colton Kramer. They also call me Starboy. My number is 89, and shout out to my grandparents and the rest of my family. My name is Isaac. You can call me Ike. My number is 22, and shout out to my mom and dad for giving me the practice.
Hi, I'm Ryan. You can call me Oster or Osty. My number is 31, and shout out to my mom and dad for bringing me to hockey, and my brother, and my grandparents.
What's up, boys? Brody Willis, number 91. You can call me B-Dubs, and shout out to my grandma and grandpa.
Oh, Brooks Turnquist.
Where are you from, Brooks?
I'm from Apple Valley.
And have you ever coached hockey before?
Just a few years now.
Is this your first time putting on the skates this year?
First
I really
year.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
I just learned how to skate. I'm an assistant coach.
The assistant coach?
I just help push the pucks around.
All right. Thanks, Brooks.
My name is Brad Willis. I am one of the assistant coaches here on this Firehawks Squirt A team. I do want to give a quick shout out real quick to our head coach, Matt Check, for assembling such a fine coaching staff this year.
Hi, Matt, coaching this year's team. Coaching for quite a while. I got Brady on team, and then I got an older Hunter and the youngest Scarlett. Wife is Megan. She's the one that's usually texting me during the game. So when I'm looking at my phone on the bench during a game, it's her telling me what to do. So if you really want to yell at me while the game's going on, go ahead and talk to her. This year we got Brad and Brooks came out, which is nice. We wanted to step up this year. We brought Brooks and we taught him how to skate. And we're looking forward to having a real fun year this year. So, thanks.
I'm sitting here with Philly, Starboy's dad. Let me tell you something. Starboy has been lighting it up this year. Right. For one thing, I mean, his effort, he's got speed, he's physical, he's competitive, everything you want. So let me start there, Philly. Now, what the folks are probably tuned in here and want me to get to quickly are the rankings to date. I talked to my source on the way here. Philly, I've got a little deal that's going to scroll. Here, check this out. You can stand it. Come on. Look at this. We got the rankings scrolling down below. For you folks who just love the audio at home, go ahead and look at your screen.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while before the Firehawks pop up, huh?
Well, you know, we're getting there, though. We're making positive, having positive movement here. We're moving the needle. So I'll go ahead and read through these, I think, Tia, while I've got them up here. So Chaska Chan, up top, my source says that has a lot to do with Breakaway Academy. And if you can believe it, now is the time when some forward-thinking parents and hockey families are making moves around at this squirt age. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You kind of avoid the heat of doing it down the road, too. But if you really believe Johnny is the next Connor McDavid, now is the time you're, you know, getting into the schools and the right association. So a lot of movement this year from my source at in the squirt rankings. Now, he tells me, get this, we'll get right to it. Number 4 is Woodbury, who we're going to see tonight, had a cakewalk through the Thanksgiving Classic, okay? If you're interested in the way he set it up at home, I'm not going to put my readers on, but there's the full email my source sent me. The conversation, the hot topic, is this Woodbury team here, who many are saying should be number 1. So obviously leapfrogging my source from 4 to 1, and he's saying it's an interesting conversation. I got to say, I felt a lot better about our squad. Like, I feel like we're a good team on the up, playing some good teams at that Thanksgiving Classic, and Woodbury was not challenged.
Yeah, I think just if you look at the score sheet itself, they don't let in many goals, and they're putting a lot of pucks in the net. So by that little stat alone, I would say that, yeah, maybe they should be bumped up in that range.
Well, you mentioned the offensive prowess, and you're correct. I see these stats, all of these high-scoring games, but a lot of them are shutouts, though. And this goalie, from what I understand, this goalie's a top-level goalie who has worked his butt off. He's a hard worker, done a lot of things right all summer long for Woodbury, and part of the secret sauce there for them, on top of the obvious firepower that you had mentioned there, Philly. What should we look for tonight, Phil?
I think we should be looking for some getting off of some fast action between a couple 11-year-old clubs here.
Absolutely. And hey, there's one thing I take seriously on Hot Dish Hockey. It is ranking, 4th and 5th graders.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, the Firehawks here are going to be without a little bit of firepower. Joe Dirt, shout out. Joey at home, not quite 100%, an undisclosed injury. Oh, and there's number 19 for Woodbury, 30 seconds into the game, getting it off. And here's a little Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, that ought to wait.
1-0 Predators. Yep, and unfortunately, I know you're bobbing your head at home, but I got to try to talk over this or we don't, there's copyright violations, because you're all here to listen to Biggie Smalls from the sound system at Doug Woog with some nasally knucklehead talking over it. We all know Biggie is the draw. 1-0 Predators. I'm here with Billy Dog. Knows just a little bit more about the game than I do, and it's funny, my style. Grab him walking by and throw a mic on him. Tell him to have a seat. I got to talk at somebody. All right, 11-12 left in the first period. Firehawks are going to be short a skater. We've got G Money out there on D, along with This Is Tice. Up front, we've got I Like Ike, and taking the draw there was Holdy. Big Ben just lost it and never found the biscuit.
They got to clear those guys out in front of the net.
I mean, I'm not saying we won't get there, but okay. Just checking to see if there's a little green light on there. I mean, shout out to the guy on the music. If he's going to play, oh my, I'm going to say every time, you know, they light that lamp, if we've got a hip-hop jam from the 90s, we did Tupac. Here's a little Snoop. And Biggie Smalls. We already had the Trinity, the Holy Trinity of rap music is played with 10:52 left in the first period. Yeah, now what are you going to do? So the kids are perfect, Phil. Anytime a player fans on a shot, it's always a good fake, regardless of the team. Sometimes in these experiences, we encounter certain parenting opportunities, which are inbounds. So shout out to the Orono folks. It's fun playing with you. Sure, the cobwebs. You know, it's a real thing. Just saying. Kind of a clothesline deal. And injuries, Phil, are a part of the game. I respect that. But you know what? You got to ask sometimes if it's a cheap shot, okay? Like, what are we teaching kids here? All right, 9:46 left in the first. There's my parenting shout out. Starboy out there taking the draw. 89. Keep an eye on him. He's out there with Osty, with Cully. Cully fresh off a really exciting goal. This is Tice and G Money. And hey, we found some Sean Puffy Combs. So let's see if he can keep it fresh. Speaking of fresh, play Will Smith! Obviously, you read through the rankings there. If you're at home, half of my audience can read. Philly, how about you? Were you able to look at that?
A little bit.
Here's one where, you know, my source, in addition to the move-ins, he gets a real feel for the team morale. But here's something you're not going to see on any other rankings. Sartell, Austin, basically because of a little love triangle that they have with Elk River, who is undisputedly in the top 10 where you look at. You're not going to see those two teams in there. But Blaine has a great record. Scores look great. Blowing everybody, not playing anybody. Everybody's got Blaine too high. You heard it here. It's 3 Love Predators in the Spirit of the World Cup 3-0, if you will. Will you, Phil?
We know.
I watched a little bit of the, here comes the checker now. Checker. He's got Huss with him. Centering pass hit the side of the net. .22 now for Woodbury with the beautiful feed, but an even better save by Big Ben. He knows what time it is. 7:51 left first period. Oh, Larson, right at shoulder level, tips it down. The snake. G Money in front. Broke that one up. All right, thanks, Phil. So another one bites the dust. There goes Phil. 6:35 left in the first period. Hey, he made it longer than most. I actually told him to enjoy the game since I hijacked him. Looking for a Knudsen, too. This is usually the time little Jack. If I say that, his little head comes bebopping around the glass. Probably sitting on the bench. Okay, here we go. That was the natural there, E. The breakaway for a minute. Firehawks have slowed it down here, put a Band-Aid on it, stopped the bleeding, and we're back to Tupac. It's all right. Little Nirvana. All right, think of this. Nirvana 30 years ago. Remember that? yesterday, 30 years ago. Now, when you were in those shoes 30 years ago, 30 years before that, we're talking like sock hops and square dancing. That's what Nirvana is. Put it into perspective. You are getting a little bit of a toned down version of the hot dish hockey tonight out of respect for Woodbury not only being in the conversation for maybe being the best team in the world, Squirt A, but out of respect for the fact that hot dish hockey is blocked on all of their social media. I mean, sometimes you pull a little stunt, you think it's going to be funny, and you want to take it off, and, you know, the internet is eternal. I still have to ask, what would Barry do? Nobody's answered the question. But there's 3:50 left in the first period. It's 3-0. Woodbury Predators pouring in 3 goals in about the first 2 minutes, and then the Firehawks have been able to slow it down. Not a boy. Just a beautifully timed one-timer from 88 there. Just couldn't quite connect. It needed more than a Band-Aid, more like a tourniquet, you know, to stop the bleeding on that one. That was... He ran through all of the godfathers of 1990s rap in the first 45 seconds of the game. I mean, we're about to break out R. Kelly at a youth hockey game. The man could put a beat together. Shot from the blue line, 82 for the Predators. 88, that Christensen kid is all over the place for Woodbury. Oh, good, we're not live. Outstanding. There's Jack Jack.